This all started in the near future, a moment in time so significant it was described in whispers as the blackout. What it was still remains unknown to this day, but it was most likely triggered by supercharged electromagnetic pulse. It caused a huge flash that wiped out power across the globe for hours. They called it the first light. One event, one catastrophic moment, and the world split, not just into chaos, but into two. Welcome to the multiverse and the lore of Valorant. Well, we still don't know the cause of the first light because it's still a mystery to us, but it seems related to the experiments done on Radianite in a research lab, probably somewhere near the epicenter of the first light. Now you might be asking, oh Oikyo, what is Radianite? Well, the simplest answer to it is that it's just a mysterious substance. Well, the Kingdom Corporation had discovered Radianite a few years before the first light, and they were doing some experiments on the substance. Now you'd question me again asking, oh Oikyo, now what is Kingdom Corporation? Well, for now, just know that it's just a company, and we would come back to it later on. And apparently, when they were experimenting on the Radianite, some mishaps or something must have happened in the lab, leading to the first light. And that's when people realized that Radianite is way more dangerous and mysterious than they ever anticipated. Well, when the first light occurred, a mirrorverse of our Earth was made. We refer to the mirrorverse as Omega Earth and our world as Alpha Earth. And after the first light, Radiants started to emerge out of nowhere. Apparently, they used to be normal people like us and suddenly became Radiants after the first light. Now you'd be asking, oh Oikyo, what is a Radiant? Well, Radiant is a kind of person who received supernatural powers after the first light. How did they convert to a Radiant suddenly? No one has any absolute idea. But the most prominent theory is that they have some special genes in them related to Radianite apparently that led them to receive radiant powers perhaps? Maybe? It's still a mystery? Remember how we had a mirrorverse of our Earth called Omega Earth? Well, apparently they experienced the same first light as us, and since it's our mirrorverse, everything in Omega Earth is similar to Alpha Earth with a few changes here and there. Like how First Light made Alpha Earth have a power outage for like a few hours and everything returned to normal later on. Things in Omega Earth was quite different. The effects of the First Light were really disastrous for Omega Earth. The climate system got messed up and sea levels were so high that the coastal cities almost got submerged underwater. And of course, we have the kingdom in both the worlds. Yeah, exploitation for sure. Anyways, so the kingdom in our world is called Kingdom Corporation, while the kingdom in Omega Earth is called the Kingdom Industries. They are quite the same, but not really same. Well, both the kingdom companies have similar work and purpose, but a bit different goal. Apparently, Alpha Earth, our Earth's Kingdom Corporation, harnesses and uses the power of Radianite for their own profits, and they don't give a shit about the public. And thanks to that, they are really successful in making money, but they don't have a great image to the public. Mostly because the public believes that the Kingdom Corporation just cares about their money and not about the good of people, which is kinda true. Yeah, especially after the Venice incident. But Oikyo, what is the Venice incident again? Well, we'll come back to that later on. Don't worry, I'm not running away. If you hear anything that's unusual, just calm down. I'm not gonna go anywhere, so yeah. But after people found out that the Radianite was involved in the Venice incident, they deemed the Radianite to be really unsafe. That led to the Kingdom Corporation's image to start being ruined. Especially since they initially stated that Radianite is completely safe and do not do any harm. And for the Kingdom Industries, well, they are doing the same thing as Kingdom Corporation, harnessing Radianite's powers to advance in science and technology. But unlike Kingdom Corporation, they aren't doing it for their own profit, but to save their own world and population from the after effects of the first light, if you remember what I said earlier, like the sea levels rising and stuff. Because ever since first light, Omega Earth was turning into a devastated world and they needed to be saved. This is when Kingdom Industries and Valorant Legion comes into clutch. Now you'd be asking, oh Oikyo, no, what is Valorant Legion? Well, in short, the agents that we play in game, they are part of an organization. There are two different organizations for two different worlds, of course. The organization in Alpha Earth is called Valorant Protocol. The organization in Omega Earth is called Valorant Legion. Well, we'll come back to that later as well. But for now, just know that both of them have similar operations and functions, but different goals, kinda like the two Kingdom companies. The Valorant Legion is working in collaboration with the Kingdom Industries in order to help save Omega Earth. Well, of course there would be Radianite in Omega Earth as well, but it's a little different than the one on Alpha Earth. Because the color of Radianite in our Earth, the Alpha Earth, is greenish in color, while the Radianite in Omega Earth is reddish in color. And we can see this on the map Fracture, and in case if you didn't know, Fracture is a map based on both the worlds. Half of it, the green part, is based on Alpha Earth, and the reddish part, the other half, is based on Omega Earth. The Radianite on Omega Earth is way more powerful than the Radianite on Alpha Earth. And the reason we can confirm this is because Omega Earth has teleporters made with the help of Radianite, which can be seen on the Omega side of Fracture. This teleporter can travel between not only the Mirrorverse, but different dimensions and worlds. While on the other hand, Alpha Earth has teleporters too, but they are way weaker and can travel in only small distances as seen on the map Bind. Well, perhaps because the map Bind is based on Alpha Earth. And guess what? There is not just a Mirrorverse, but also a multiverse that comes into the play in the lore of Valorant. I know it's really complicated. First the Mirrorverse and then the multiverse, but just hang on and try to keep up with me. I'll try to explain everything and make it easier for you to understand. Well, I'd explain the multiverse later on in the series, but the reason I brought up is because the teleporters in Omega Earth has a capability to travel to the multiverse, and we would later need that. Well, I guess I should wrap it up here in the video, so it doesn't get too complicated to understand. We'd be back on the lore in the next chapter, and let me know how you like the lore and my explanation down in the comment section. I'm still a newbie to explaining stuff, so I would love some feedback. See you all in the next video. Have a great day all. Signing off. People